What is up, everybody? TechChucker here, and welcome to episode 8 of This Week in Dioramas. Now, if you're not familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the absolute coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them on this show. If you would like to be considered for a future episode, all you need to do is upload your pictures to Instagram of your dioramas and tag them with the hashtag ThisWeekInDioramas. That'll give me the best chance of actually finding your pictures so that I can showcase them. But enough about that. We have got an amazing show lined up for you today. But before we do that, we need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote. And this was a pretty amazing one. We actually cracked 100 votes, more than 100 votes. So thank you everybody for participating. But if you don't recall who we were voting for last week, they were the Star Trek display by Hemble Creations Customs, the Thunderbird 2 hanger by Time Capsule Scratch Builder, the Predator Throne Room by XenoWorks HeroWorks, the Subway car by Pickleus_, and the Epic Arcade Bar by Champ_Arcades. And the winner is the Epic Arcade Bar by Champ_Arcades. Huge congratulations to Champ_Arcades for the win on this awesome diorama, coming in at about 67% of the vote. That is impressive. So if you are in this week's fan vote, make sure you get the word out, share the video out to get friends and family to support you like Champ got on his. Again, thank you to everybody who participated last week and participated in the vote, but it's time to get started with this week's showcase, and we are jumping right on in with the Rhino Dioramas Doctor Strange display piece. And I have to say, this is really impressive. Look at the detail work. Number one, your woodwork here is fantastic. I mean, that's amazing. But then you look at this window, and the detail work on that is so good. I'm wondering how you did that. I'd love to know it. Love these little bookshelves. I mean, this is just a ridiculously cool piece. I love it. Every little bit of it I love. The paintwork is on point. It looks like this is a 1/6 scale Detolf size diorama, so your hot toys are going to fit with that really, really well. Awesome job. I am loving this. Obviously, go hit up Rhino Dioramas. They do commissions. I'm sure they'll sell you something like this. So go check them out. This is a pretty darn amazing piece. Next up is a pretty sweet display from Hemble Creations Customs. It's a Star Wars Imperial Patrol Trooper, and this is really nice. I love it. The paintwork is really what's got me, because the weathering, it's subtle, but it's still really, really good. You can see the dirt and grime that's collected over in these little parts here. So awesome job, really loving it. The detail again on this is really awesome with the sculpt. I don't know if this is a kit piece that you've painted or if this is something that you built from scratch, but either way, it is a really impressive piece, really digging it. Next is a piece from Time Capsule Scratch Builder, and this thing just looked so unique that I had to show it because it's so cool. Now, this is a 1996 TARDIS console commission. They commissioned this. I believe that must be Doctor Who. I've never watched Doctor Who, so I don't know anything about it, but the paintwork is really on point. I mean, look at that. There's weathering all around these different parts. I think you just did a superb job. And then these little crystals in here looks super cool. This could also, you could do something similar to this for a Superman. Now I can't even remember what it's called, but this is just an awesome piece, very unique. Again, go check out Time Capsule Scratch Builder. They do some really great work. Look at all of these detailed pieces, all the switches and whatnot. Awesome job. I mean, it's just chock full of details, so go check them out. Here's a Matchbox scale display from Roger Iacocciali. I'm sure I butchered that, but number one, this first picture is really cool. It's a cool ACBA picture. They sent me a couple of private message DMs via Instagram, and I'm going to display the rest of those pictures through there. Normally, I'm not going to display pictures from my messages, but I did say that I would on this particular one. So, taking a look at this, I'm really digging these pictures. I think it's super cool. The detail on this Dio, even though it's relatively small, is still really, really good. You can see that you've got a Batman there, and the detail on it is really cool. But then when we take a look at a much wider display, they've got a computer monitor, which is actually the background. And you know, you don't notice it right off the bat until you really take a look that the colors don't quite match, but it still is a really awesome picture. So great job to Roger. Roger, we'll just call you Roger. So go check them out and give them a like. Check out this slime pit from Bambino Dioramas. This is really awesome, and I want to thank Anakin Morales 467 for tagging me so that I could find it. This is pretty darn impressive. I love the way that this looks. I love these little red accent pieces on these pillars. This is super cool. It's a Masters of the Universe He-Man display. The detail and the paintwork on this is super cool, but the piece that I really love the most is this little effect down here. You've got all the snakes or serpents. Snakes are serpents, but look at the wood detail on these pieces. That is really impressive. I'm loving it, but they've got a couple of really cool pictures, especially this one. He-Man is chained up, and look at that. That is so cool. What an awesome display piece with the lighting and the green. That just so impressive. I love it. Awesome job. Go check out Bambino Dioramas. Let them know that we sent you, and hopefully you will use the hashtag. Next up is a really, number one, an amazing picture. Look at this ACBA style picture. This is from Stephen Hayford Plastics, and I really wanted to showcase this because of the diorama. They've indicated here it's a 1/47th scale diorama, so it's pretty darn small, but just look at the detail on this. You've got the debris on the road. That looks so good. Obviously the picture is amazing, but the scale of this is so good, and I just love the way that this looks. So awesome job to Stephen Hayford Plastics. Go check them out, give them a like. Next up is this one from Figdorf B. Willington. Again, another one showcased from him. He does some really good work, and I'm glad that he tagged this so that we could see it. This is, I believe, another Indiana Jones display, but look at this. If you remember, this is from, I believe, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they're in the caves. This is really cool. Look at that. That is awesome. Just the nostalgia, number one, is up there, but this is so cool. I love it. Awesome job. The detail work on this is so good. I love these tracks. That is awesome. You've got the paint looking like it's a little bit rusted, so really, really nice. I'm digging it. This would be fun to have at my house, so awesome job. Go check out Figdorf B. Willington and give them a little love. Next up is from Ciro Pernis 81. We've displayed one or two of their displays before, and this one really just impressed me. It's one picture, so we'll go through it really quick, but look at the detail work on this. I mean, it is so lifelike, and it's just, it's mind-boggling how you can get such detail into such a small piece. So awesome job to Ciro Pernis 81. This is a really, really impressive piece. Check out this one from Empire Toy Works. This is a really cool display. Only one picture. I believe this is, it's got to be Star Wars, I believe. But I just really dig all of the details that you've got in here, especially this light. It really gives it that extra pizzazz to, set this scene. Love these steps. It looks so good. So awesome job. I would love to see a few more pictures. Maybe you have some in your actual profile, but I haven't looked yet. But thank you to 16 District for tagging this, because this is really impressive. Here's another one coming from Sage JDG, just a small wall and ground piece, but awesome for displaying a figure or two. Really, really cool. I just want you to look at the paint detail on this, because even though this looks simple, it still is not that simple. Look at the weathering that we've got right around the cracks on here. This is really good paint work, and this might not even just be paint work. There might be some sculpt, because this actually looks like some of the concrete has broken off a little bit, and maybe that's just the panel line style that you've done on here, but this is really, really good. I'm wondering, okay, cell shaded. A cell shaded wall. I think that, somebody correct me, but I think that's a style of paintwork. So rather than actually sculpting in the detail, I think what you're doing is you're using different color shades to make it look that way. So I've obviously never painted that style, but this looks so good. So awesome job to Sage JDG on another awesome piece. Here is a piece from Pigment Surgery that I just love. It's got so many little details and such awesome paint work. Pigment Surgery does awesome work. Every time I see their work, it's always amazing, and this one does not disappoint. Now, I don't know exactly what this is from specifically. Celebration of the 7th year birthday of Rapture Tattoo Emporium. Felt like it's a 1/6 scale diorama. Okay, anyway. This is a really cool piece. Look at the wallpaper on the back. This looks so good. I love all the details painted in. This floor is so dirty and grimy. You've got some blood splatter down there. I mean, look at that with the wall. There's blood splatter all on there. I think it's blood. Maybe it was just a shadow. But this is so impressive. Look at this. It's a corner piece. So you put that on your wall, and I mean, this is awesome. Look at that. I'm blown away. So obviously go check out Pigment Surgery. This is just a great piece. We got a work in progress. Look at that. It just comes from a piece of foam, and that's what they made. That is so cool. So go check them out. Next up is coming from Lorenzen Dioramas, a really solid piece here. What I'm really digging on this, number one, the brickwork is really good. I mean, this is very, very good. I love your mortar. The mortar looks so good, and then, but it's not as even in all of the areas, which is what old brick does. You know, it's not always so uniform, and you did a phenomenal job with that. But I also really like these little props with the garbage can and the garbage bags. It really looks very, very realistic. You got some debris, garbage on the ground here. So awesome job. This is just really impressive. Take a look at this really awesome picture. This one's from 5/24/20. I'm really digging this. It looks awesome, number one. It's a great picture. But look at the detail of this diorama behind it. And I think they just did a really good job. Would love to see a little bit wider angle shot of this, but awesome job from 5/24/20. I think we got one or two more coming from them in a bit. This one coming from Crashbox Customs. Again, another one of those SDCC display pieces. This is a Aquaman piece. This thing is really, really cool. It's super well done. Their work is always so clean. Awesome paint work. I'm really loving it. So again, thank you so much for participating, and awesome job. Congrats again on the amazing deal with Mezco. I'm hoping that maybe you got a couple of free figures out of that or something. So awesome job to Crashbox Customs. Here's an awesome display piece from Nutty Customs. Really digging this piece. I like this garage door. I think you did a really nice job with the paint work on there. It's weathered really nicely. I love the lights that you've got here. Dollar store specials. Those are awesome. And I'm really digging these little electrical boxes that you've got on here. Really nice attention to detail. Super cool. Loving it. So thank you so much for participating. 1/12 B12 diorama. This is pretty darn cool. Next up is coming from DB_dioramas. This is a really awesome display piece. One of the things I really like is your brickwork. It looks super good. Loving the little bit of difference in a couple of these these bricks. It really stands out, makes it look even better. You've got a really cool popsicle stick fence, looks awesome. Again, I always love a really nice dumpster, and you've got a pretty cool dumpster here. So awesome job, some nice detail. Let's scroll through a couple of these pictures and just take a look at this. I like this grass, that looks really cool. I wonder what kind of flock is this, or I don't know, it just looks really cool. So awesome job to DB_Dioramas. Thank you so much for participating. Just a really solid piece. Here's a piece from Damiel 1985, and I'm really digging this piece. I think you did a nice job with the weathering and the graffiti, and I think it just looks super cool. It looks like an Arkham City diorama. I really like this, and I think you did a great job with all of the little extras that you added on with your, like I said, the graffiti and then the trash that's laying all over. This police tape is really cool. I wonder, is that something that you bought or did you make that? I'd love to know. This AC unit looks really nice. Great weathering on it. So awesome job to Damiel 1985. I'm really digging this. So go check them out. Here's a piece from Xenoworks Hero Works. They do a lot of commissions, so hit them up if you're interested in some of the work that they do. They do some really phenomenal paint work, and the detail in the sculpt is always on point as well. Really loving this floor. Go check them out. This is obviously a Predator display, but it could be used for aliens or anything else. I'm really loving it. I love these chains that are hanging down. Those added little details that sometimes we forget to put in, and those diorama creators that really bring things to the next level, they bring that in and it really steps up a diorama. So awesome job to Xenoworks Hero Works. Thank you for participating. Really loving this work. Here's another one from Xenoworks Hero Works, and again another alien Predator style display. This one's really impressive. I love it. Look at the lights on this door. That is so cool. And then you've got all these little yellow caution, whatever those things are, but I love all of these cool details. Your rust work looks so good. It's chock full of really cool details, and this is such a great display piece for pictures. It's just awesome. So again, go hit up Xenoworks Hero Works for any commissions, because obviously they do phenomenal work. Look at this. That little light effect is so cool. Awesome job. I love it. So go check them out. Next up is a cool little display / prop piece that Jabo Graphics made for it looks like Storm, and I really like this. It looks so cool. It's a great way to display Storm on your shelf. But they also use this for, I forget this guy's name. Whirlwind, maybe? I don't remember. But this is just a really cool piece. I love it. So awesome job to Jabo Graphics. The paintwork and the sculpt on this is really nice. I'm digging it. You could probably even change this up a little bit and do a blue one as well and make it look like water also. So awesome job. I'm really loving this. And this one's coming from Kyle Robinson Customs. This, obviously, I'm always a sucker for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am a little salty because I did not score the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 set, but we're not going to hold that against you. This is a great display piece. I'm really digging it. All the details are super cool. So take a look at Kyle Robinson's Customs profile. They do a lot of really good work. Really digging on this brickwork, especially these little accent pieces of be it rust or whatever that might be. I think this is a great display piece. So thank you so much for tagging this. It's a great diorama. Here's a really cool display piece with an awesome effect from 1/6 District. It's a dumpster, and I love dumpsters, as we all know, but I just love the smoke effect coming out of there, and then the little light inside to make it look like it's still burning. This is just an awesome piece. I love this idea. So thank you so much 1/6 District for tagging this. It's an awesome display piece that anybody could go ahead and add something like this. I forget, apparently it's not true cotton. It's some sort of polyester, poly something or other, but then it's just spray painted with a little bit of black paint, and then you've got a light in here. So awesome job, really cool idea for a prop. Next is another one coming from 1/6 District, and this is just a really cool storefront, a liquor store. I really dig this. This is super cool, but I really love the light at the top here. That really gives that realism to this display piece that I'm really loving. And then I love this little phone booth. It's so cool looking. Your graffiti looks awesome. The paintwork, I'd love to see how people are doing these sorts of graffiti. If it's airbrush, I assume, but awesome job. This thing just really looks so realistic. So awesome job to 1/6 District. Next is another one of those next level pieces that is just hard to believe that it's a diorama, and this is from 1 to 10 World. I really love this piece. It is obviously a car garage. Looks so good. Number one, these cars are pretty sweet. I'm guessing maybe these are kits that you built and painted, and they look awesome. But just look at the details in here. It's so realistic. Your paintwork is awesome. Look at the weathering on this sign. I mean, this is some really good stuff. And then you've got the air hose here. Wow, the attention to detail on this is so good. It's just unbelievable. Here's another one from 1 to 10 World. Your work is so good. It's next level. And this is looks like to be an old barn, 1/10 scale. Number one, the car looks amazing. The paintwork on it is so good. But then the actual barn diorama piece is awesome. If your thumb wasn't in there, it'd be hard to know that this wasn't a diorama. This is just so good. So awesome job to 1 to 10 World. Thank you so much for tagging your work, because this is just next level stuff. Look at the lights and then the windows back there. Those windows look real. It's crazy good. All right, we got one more from 1 to 10 World, because this is also a really impressive piece. This picture is just so realistic looking. Your work is just, oh my gosh, the detail. It's everywhere. There's so many little pieces that make this thing look so realistic. So again, thank you so much for participating in the hashtag, because I'm really glad to be able to showcase this. We've got another one from 1/6 District. This thing is super cool. I'm really digging this one. It's essentially it's a pawn shop and then probably some apartments above. The detail on this is so good. Really loving this. And then you've got a huge billboard up at the top, which is awesome. I love the detail on all of this. Brickwork looks great. So awesome job. This one is, I'm really loving this one. It's so good. So go check out 1/6 District. They do some really amazing work. Here's a piece from D's Diorama. It's just a wall, but I wanted to showcase it because I wanted to talk to kind of those beginners out there. And I'm not saying that D's Diorama is a beginner at all, but what I am saying is when you get started, something like this is something that you might consider starting with. Just start with a wall, a brick wall, and figure out how to paint your walls and make them look realistic. And this is just a really nice piece that anybody could do and start adding a little bit more detail to it. So this is why I wanted to showcase it, so that those of you that are beginners kind of know where most of us start. Most of us start with a wall or something very, very small. Maybe it's a prop or something like that, and then build your way up with the bigger display pieces. So go check out D's Diorama. They do some really awesome work. Thank you for sharing this wall piece, because this has some really cool detail on here that I really, really like. And I'm assuming you're going to throw some graffiti on this thing at some point soon. So love to see what you come up with. Next up is a piece from the Model Vault MCMLXXI. Go check them out. This is a really cool piece for a cable statue piece. I think it's a statue, maybe it's an action figure, but I really like this little display piece. It's even though it's very small, it's not necessarily that simple because of the different sculpt work and paint that you've got on here. I think it's a really nice display piece. Look at the sand that you've got here. I don't know if it's real sand or if this is just some sort of material to be made to look like sand, but I really like it. And your paintwork on the rock is really nice. There's lots of different little color variation. You've got a little bit of dry brushing right on the edges to bring that out even more. So awesome job to the Model Vault MCMLXXI. Check them out and let them know that we sent you. Here's a cool display from Iconic Toys, and I really like this picture. It looks really cool. Always love these little lights. It always gives it a display that much more character, and there's a lot of detail work throughout this diorama, so I really like it. Awesome job on the paintwork and the debris and whatnot. You did a great job with the weathering. Look at this. Look at this weapons wall. I mean, wow, that is so cool. I'd like to know what material this is. Where did you get this piece? Because it's not quite like a pegboard, but you used it as a pegboard and it really works. Probably looks better than a pegboard. So awesome job. Go check out Iconic Toys. This is an awesome piece. I'm really digging it. Look at the debris here. That looks so cool, so realistic. So man, I'm just really loving this piece. Next up is another display piece from Hemble Creations Customs, another Star Wars speeder display piece with an awesome tree right in the middle here. This looks really cool from the, I believe, Endor scenes. And this is just so cool. The greenery on here is awesome with the little fern here. You did a great job on this. I mean, it's so impressive. I love these display pieces. I assume you sell these. I'm hoping you do, so that if somebody is interested in a display like this, they could hit you up and maybe get something just like this. So go check out Hemble Creations Customs. We got one more from them coming up right here. And this is, again, another really cool display. Very similar in the same theme, but so much detail. I wonder, did you take real tree pieces, sticks, and use that for the display? That's my assumption. If you did, it is really working. It's very cool. So awesome job. Go check out Hemble Creation Customs. They do obviously amazing work. So very cool. Next is a water tower from Roger. We'll just call you Roger. But I really like this piece. It's very cool. I need to make a water tower for my display as well. It's so good. Loving the way that this is turning out. So awesome job to Roger. I think this is really awesome. What scale is it? I think you do usually Matchbox car scale. So that's what, 1/64th? Awesome job. I'm liking the weathering on here. It looks really good. So go check out Roger and give him a like. Here's a piece from Anakin Morales 467. This is a Star Wars piece with Rey and BB-8, and it's very small, but it works really well as a display piece for a Star Wars figure like he's got here. Really liking the rocks here. I think you did a great job with the paintwork. Unless this is real rocks, then you just put it together. If you did, even better. That looks great, and it's something that you could do very quickly. So I'm really liking this display piece. I think you must have added a little bit of paint to your Rey as well. Yep, you customized her and made her a little dirtier. Same with BB-8. So awesome job. Go check out Anakin Morales 467. Here's a piece from Diorama Mayhem. This is a really cool church for preachers. Okay, so this is a really awesome piece. I'm loving the weathering that you did on the wood and the siding. That is really impressive. I think it's really cool looking. And then also the shingles. It's harder to notice them here, but your shingles really turned out nice. It's just you always do such good work, so I'm really glad to be able to showcase this. The light here, the little lantern, looks awesome, so great job to Diorama Mayhem. Go give them a like and a follow. Here's a really cool display piece from Frankie Customs Labs, this prop. It's a dartboard, and this is really cool. Take a look at that. The dartboard looks so good, and then it's really impressive. I'm glad to be able to showcase this. I'm glad I found it because it is really cool. An awesome piece to be able to add to any diorama. So go check out Frankie Customs Lab. This is a really nice piece. And check out this amazing piece from Janaski Kolutsky. I'm always saying that one wrong, but this is a really impressive diorama, especially with the lighting and the picture that you took here. This is so cool. But let's click through and see a few more pictures, because your brickwork and your paintwork, especially with this rust effect, looks really good. Your weathering is very nicely done. This door looks awesome. So great job. Go check them out. I'm very impressed by this piece. Look at the details on all of this. I mean, your pipes, you got some pretty awesome pipes there, buddy. But this is a really cool piece, so you know, go check them out. This is I wonder if you do commissions, hit them up. Oh, I missed this. Look, you've got a broken bar here. That's cool. I love it. Yeah, it's all these little details that people don't always see that I just love that people add, and this is definitely one of those displays that has lots of cool little details. All right, here's a cool picture. This one's from 5/24/20. This one's really nice. I like the detail on all of it. It's not very often that I see a black fire hydrant, but it looks really good. This thing is awesome. The detail on it is so good. You do some really nice pictures, so very cool. I'm glad to showcase this. Look at all the graffiti and the detail work on all of this. So awesome job. Love this. The grate, look at the grate, and then all of the little grass and leaves and stuff. Man, this is great. I love it. Awesome job. And go check out 5/24/20. They do some awesome work, as we've already seen, so thank you so much for tagging your work. We've got one more from 5/24/20. This is a really cool grocery store storefront. I'm really digging it. I think you did pretty much a phenomenal job on this. I mean, it is so good. All the details with all the stickers and the little bits of graffiti, the garbage here and the grasses. I think your paintwork is so good. I love all of these cables and wires that we have here and the drapes. Look at that. You've got lights behind all of these windows. This is just a next level piece. I love it so much. So awesome job to 5/24/20. You've got some really good talent. Here's another display from Nutty Customs. This display, it's a kind of a space-ish display piece. I have no idea who this character is. Saint Seiya? I don't know who that is. I like this display. It's pretty cool. You've got, looks to be a computer background of a starscape. One thing that I would maybe recommend, which would be cool, is to see if you can make this background as an actual piece that's connected to it so it can stay there. That would be pretty sweet. But either way, it still looks really cool. I like the detail on your rocks here. Nice paint job. The broken column also looks really good. So good job to Nutty Customs. Glad to be able to showcase this. Next up is this one from Incredible Bulk. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles display. At least that's what they've got displayed right now with the NECA Target exclusive turtles. I like this display. I think you did a nice job. I like the attention to detail with the little electrical boxes here. And let's see if we can get to some further out display pictures. I just think that you did a nice job. It looks good. I'd like to see you throw a little bit more detail on the bricks and see if you can get a little bit more weathering on there. But otherwise, I'm really liking the way that this has turned out. And I think you did a great job on it. Next up is coming from cremated_plastic. Now, we saw this Ecto one car before, and I don't remember which episode it was, but I like the display that you've got behind it. I love all the signs. We may have seen some of this display before, but I don't remember seeing it as this wide of a shot. So this is a great piece. I like all the little graffiti signs, all of the paintwork. Look at this up here. The detail up on this brick is so nice with the weathering. You did a really good job. It's very, very impressive. So awesome job to Cremated Plastic. Go check them out. Really cool work. Look at this night shot. Awesome. So cool. And last but not least is another one coming from Pigment Surgery. This display piece is pretty amazing. Look at the detail on this. If we go back, it's kind of a collage of multiple pictures with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But as we go through this, you're going to see so much detail from Pigment Surgery. Their skill set is so good. Look at the paintwork on, well, one on the ladder, but then on the bricks. All these different bricks have different colors, and that's just so impressive. I love the electrical boxes. I've said that quite a bit in the past, but look at this piece. You've actually got the power switch on there, which is awesome. This is such great work. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. Look at that. I don't know what the heck just splattered all over this door to make it corrode like that, but it is really, really cool. The doorknob looks really good. I mean, the detail on here is so good. So thank you so much to Pigment Surgery for participating and submitting this picture. Thank you to everybody that has participated this week. It was a fun week. Now, this is a slightly shorter episode. I have to admit, I've got some schoolwork that I need to get done. I've got a speech that I have to prepare for. By the time you're seeing this, I've already done the speech, so hopefully I passed. I'll get the grade that night. But thank you again to everybody for participating. Alrighty, it is time for me to reveal my top 5 for the week, and you guys will get your chance to vote. And my top 5 are the Deli Storefront by 52420, the Hard Times Pawn Shop by 16 District, the Full Service Garage by 1 to 10 World, the Dr. Strange Detolf by Rhino_Dioramas, and the Sewer Diorama by Ginaski Kolutsky. Make sure you go to the community tab on my channel and vote. Make sure you share this out to as many people as you can that might be interested in some really cool dioramas, and get the word out about the vote. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of This Week in Dioramas. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the bell notification so you find out about the next episode. Go out and share this video. Let's grow this show as much as we possibly can, and even more importantly, go upload your diorama projects and tag them with the This Week in Dioramas hashtag so I can find them, and I will see you next week.